Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Henry Baden, and I am delighted to present my research on the impact of religious affiliation on behavior. Now, this study delves into the complex and multifaceted relationship between religion and individual behavior, with a specific focus on how religious beliefs influence social interactions, mental well-being, and social cohesion as well. Now, moving on to the research. At the heart of it lies the fundamental question: does one's religion impact their behavior? Now, by exploring this question, aims to bridge the critical gap in our understanding of the broader implication of religious belief on social dynamics, policy making, and interpersonal relationship. My research seeks to shed light on the intricate interplay between religious affiliation, religious practices, and the various aspects of human behavior. And to do this, we decided to add two more associations to get a clearer and broader understanding. Now, moving on to the sampling. To conduct this research, data was extracted from the ninth cycle of the European Social Survey, ESS9. The ESS is an extensive international poll conducted biennially since 2001, capturing social attitudes and behaviors across various countries. The ninth cycle, conducted between 2018 and 2019, provided a rich dataset for my analysis. The sample comprised of individuals from 33 nations encompassing diverse social and demographic backgrounds. But for my own research, I decided to subset the UK and use the observations from the UK. Then, as you can see on the right side, these are the variables that we focused on and how they were measured. Moving on to the inferential test, we decided to go with the chi-square test of independence and multi-regression analysis. But chi-square chi-square seemed the better option because my data is categorical. Both variables being compared are categorical, and chi-square test is specifically for that. So we decided to go with the chi-square test of independence. Now moving on to our bivariate analysis and graphs for all three associations. Now talking about the first one. Yeah, we decided to check for an association between belonging to a particular religious group and behaving properly. That was the first thing we decided to check, and based on the test statistic yielded by the bivariate analysis that we did, the p-value as you can see here, it is without a doubt that we have to reject the null hypothesis, hence revealing that indeed there is a relationship between the particular religious group you join and behaving properly. Here's a summary of the test statistic. Now, for the second association, we did the same thing, and based on the p-value as well, it was more than enough proof for us to reject the null hypothesis and conclude that there is a relationship, there's an association between the two variables being compared. That's how religious a person is and behaving properly. It runs through to the third association as well, where we see that the p-value is also less than the significance value, which is 0.05. And for that matter, we had to reject the null hypothesis and conclude that there is a relationship indeed between how religious a person is and the level of fairness that they're treated with. Now, for discussions, yeah, there was a lot that we learned from this research, and basically the main thing was that there was a relationship between our variables. That was the main thing. And now, moving on to speculations and possible reasons for the results, we can also see that there was a third variable that was influencing the relationship. That could be a factor, because from one of my resources, Spiro's findings suggested the presence of a third variable as a mediating factor in his research. So it could be possible, there's a possibility that it might be same for mine as well. Now, potential policy implications, that's also there. Steady limitations, yes, steady limitations was very important. Data limitations, potential biases and limitations in the study design, that could actually be a barrier to uncovering a lot, and making the most of the entirety of the research. Now, suggestions of further research. Okay, I'll urge anyone who would like to further this research to investigate the causal mechanisms within the variables, conduct longitudinal studies, and explore potential moderating or mediating variables. Replicate the study in different populations or contexts here. So as I subsetted the UK, I would urge someone who would, try to further this research to subset another country and try and compare, you know, their findings to mine. And I think that's all for this video today. Thank you very much for being around. So now, okay, I'll see you later.